Um, gotta go to work soon, like everybody else, like every other full-blooded American. And here for another rant. This time it's about your boy Katt Williams. Now, this is not against them. I don't want people to think I'm against them, but we're gonna have some. Where it's not really him, but it's the people around him that I want to talk about. First things first. The puck. Shout out to Shannon Sharp because watching him blow up like that is really inspiring, and hopefully I can get there to where I know not, and I know he's a name and I'm not, but you know, I hope I can get my channel to where he is. A man can dream. You know, I have I have high hopes for my channel, I guess. But anyway, that's not what we're doing at. I'm pretty sure everybody done seen the Katt Williams interview on Shannon Sharp's podcast. And is it last time I checked, the thing has been at the millions soon. And maybe and it was going by fast. So it shows you two things. One, America still loves Katt Williams, and two, Shannon Sharp knew what the fuck he was doing. He knew that interview with Katt Williams would, if he'd get an interview with Katt Williams, that it was going to be fire. He knew that. And I think everybody knew that. But I saw him with Katt Williams. I thought, oh man, this is going to be good. Because Katt Williams is one of those dudes where he's just funny. Whether he's trying or not, he's funny. And people like, people like people like that. Like him, Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, And for some people, Katt Williams is in their top five most popular comedians of all time. So I expected it to do numbers. Hell, I expected this shit to do numbers. And plus, sometimes he says a lot of stuff that can't go viral, especially things about Chris Rock and Kevin Hart and maybe other celebrities too, in which we're going to be talking about. Look, and here's the thing about what I've seen about uh what Katt Williams talked about because he exposed a lot of people, and it got opinions to a bunch of people like the red pill slash Battlefield channels. They're eating this alive. It's like this is just content. It's like Christmas come early for a bunch of people. This is content galore. Like everybody that I've seen this is just eating it alive. It's content galore, and everybody's going to have their thick pieces, including me. Now, one thing I took away from this is that anybody has been following Hollywood, they know Hollywood is weird, and there's a bunch of shit that's been going on in Hollywood that most people don't even know about. But if you found out, you would either be disgusted or not surprised, depending on where you stand at. But if you found out what really went on behind those closed doors, your jaw would drop. Now, especially like the Diddy parties, in which he done mentioned in there. He was like, some of them Diddy parties where some might get fucked in the ass and some shit like that. Which is why I told people before, Diddy's one of those dudes that, look, normally I will give you the benefit of the doubt, but him I just believe because he just be doing too much. And the way his personality is, where he look like he would like that. It's just take that, take that, take that, take that. I always say, um, any nigga that has a barber on standby 24/7 or some shit like that, and the nigga just brushing his waves and all that shit. It's just like, what the fuck is all that needed for? Like, you can't do it. First off, you can't do it yourself. Why do you need a nigga to do that? And I don't care how much money he's getting, because that nigga, I know that nigga getting paid buku bread just to do that, but it's just degrading. But anyway, before I get off topic, what do I think? Um, do you believe some of the shit that Katt Williams says? I I believe it, but at the same time, I do think we need to start questioning Katt as well. Look, I understand that Cat like do I think Cat Williams is lying? No, I don't think Cat Williams is lying, but I do think there's some stories that I feel like it makes it makes Cat real believable, and the other side not believable. Now the Steve Harvey one, like I 100% believe majority of that. Oh, when he was talking about Steve Harvey, especially since I remember him going toe to toe with Steve Harvey on the championship of stand up, and that's on YouTube. That one you can look up, and he beat. And from what I hear, Steve Harvey he had himself a good set, but when Cat Williams came on, he shut that shit down. And I believe that is where he said he's wearing a wig and he's bald and some shit like that. And then next thing you know, you just see bald headed Steve. Now the stuff about Cedric the Entertainer and him did he steal his joke? Yeah, those both of those are very similar. Both of them is very similar. Now the way you want to take that is how you feel about joke stealing because there's a lot of people. I feel like, and I was going to talk about this with Carlos Mencia, so this kind of aligns with the Carlos Mencia thing. If y'all remember Carlos Mencia, that man, his whole career got fucking taken because he was accused of stealing jokes. And Joe Rogan kind of confronted him, and then there was other people who were saying that he was stealing jokes to the point where it fucked his whole career up. So if you're like, you should get the Carlos Mencia, or I said you didn't say you should get the Carlos Mencia trigger, that's one thing. Because I always said, I don't think, even if you thought Carlos Mencia stole jokes, I don't think it took advantage of him as a comedian because he was still funny. Like I remember watching those series attached as a kid, and I heard the joke. I heard the joke that he allegedly stole from Bill Cosby, which is the high bomb joke, where it's just like the premise is, and I'm gonna keep it short. Like as a father, you build your kid up, taking them sports and all that other stuff, and when he finally gets drafted into the NFL, he wants to thank somebody. The first person he think of is his mother. That's that's the premise of the joke, right? Now, I will say this about joke stealing. I feel like there's a lot of common jokes that people have. Like I've heard people say, like if you could take it, especially to homosexual people, if you could take a dick, you could take a joke. I've heard other people with just signs that they have, but they don't prove it and some shit like that. But they still fuck up the people's car just because it's just like you a joke stealer. You see all that stuff. So do I feel like? And then you have visual evidence. Anybody seen Cat Williams on Comedy? And then you see Cedric the Entertainer on Kings of Comedy. Yes, it looks eerily similar. Even the music is same. Just the music is sort of the same. So that one is not only that you can say he did, but you have visual evidence that he did it. But at the same time, it's just like um if you're like on Cedric's side, you believe that he wrote that joke and not just tell you gotta you gotta see where the paperwork at. And this is where I'm getting at throughout this whole thing. Some of the stuff you need paperwork for. I need to see some paperwork. The whole Cedric thing, if he said that joke has roots, I need to see where the paperwork is at. I know like for something like that, it's just like that's like 30, 40 years. But I feel like that's the joke that set your that help you carry your career. I feel like you should carry that joke with you for the rest of your life. You like let's just say if I'm in comedy right now, and I still Cat Williams, this shit right here, nigga, this shit right here, nigga, this shit right here, nigga, like that's totally Cat Williams. There is no doubt. There's no doubt about it. That's more than Cat Williams. Um, Also. uh, him and Ricky Smiley. That's the one I feel like. Okay, the one part that stuck out to me the most that not even the Ricky Smiley was supposed to play Money Mike and uh Katt Williams all of a sudden got the role and like uh you know about that one. He's like he had it and I think Ice Cube cleared it up. He was like Ricky Smiley did read for Money Mike or some shit like that. He said, but we want to try Cat. Cat blew it away. Okay, we go with you go with Cat. And obviously that was the right decision because Cat Williams made a living off the pimp thing and the Money Mike thing. Even though he was called Cat in the Hat and Cat in the Hat was kind of pimping, but everybody knew him as Money Mike to where they wasn't even calling him Cat Williams at first, they was calling him Money Mike. So every time they saw him, I said, "Oh shit, that's Money Mike." Um, so uh, what was that? The ship of Ricky Smiley, when he said that this the part that I feel like I was if I was anybody else said I need to see some paperwork or I'm calling you out. When he told Shannon Sharp that in his contract, this Ricky Smiley next movie he has to the next time he works with Ricky Smiley, he has to be addressed. That's the one I'd have been like, oh no, we need to see paperwork. There is too much going on to where it's just like you look at that and because obviously he was like the next movie that he was in was First Sunday, and Ricky Smiley was in there. He was Sister Bernice Jenkins. Now, like outside in, that does kind of like come together, but at the same time, Ricky Smiley, like he doesn't have a problem putting on a dress doing that, and I'll get to that later. But he doesn't have a problem putting on that dress and doing Sister Bernice. So I feel like that one it's the only one that's sketchy, and I'm like, yo, I need to see some paperwork that says he only has to work as adult. He has to work as a woman in a dress, Sister Bernice. I need that scene. I need that scene in the paper just so I can like, okay, he's clearing on that one. And I feel like that's the whole other thing with Ludacris too. It was like, oh, we was both at the Illuminati, and first things first, and I want people to understand why was Katt Williams there? Did no one really question why Katt Williams was at the Illuminati party with Ludacris? Why was you there? You been to some of these parties that you seen or heard people get fucking ass. Why was you there? And I'm not saying he did anything. I'm not even saying he participated in it. But I would want to know why was you there? Unless you was just like a young naive dude, you just want to see what the party was like. That I understand. But you've been to most majority of them, and they're all weird. Now, if you're going to like majority of these parties and all weird, next one I'll go to, I'm not going because this shit is all weird. Now, what about Joe Ludacris? Blah. I can speak. The one with Ludacris. That one I also would question. And also fuck Charleston White on this because of and anybody that feels this way, y'all see a rapper reacting to Charleston White and his response was to rap. What the fuck is he supposed to do? He is a rapper. So what is it's like getting mad at Chris Rock explaining what happened between him and Will Smith on his comedy special. He's like, I'm gonna do it on my time the way I want to. So it's just like if you really want to hear it that bad, you're gonna sit there and listen to it. And that's how I feel about this Ludacris thing. And it was nothing but like a 30 to a minute freestyle. 30 second to a minute freestyle. Like I think it was 16 bars too. And basically he just said, no, I'm not Illuminati. I'm Illuminati. Um He didn't even diss Cat Williams, but everybody's just like, oh, this shit. I seen a lot of people say this shit was corny. I was like, why the fuck was this is corny? He was like, I said, you woke up the engineer for this or some shit like that. It was like he probably got a studio in his own house. Knowing most rappers, if you like, you probably got the most studios in the whole house. So, and I think he's working on the album. For what it looks like, it looked like he's working on the album because I've been seeing him perform lately. But I'm not going to knock a rapper that's going to respond by rapping. I think Charleston White was corny when he was like, "Oh, he get it." I'd have just said no. It's just like you're not a motherfucking artist. Hell, I don't even look at Charleston White as a motherfucking comedian like most people do. I just look at him as a nigga that got lucky. But that's neither here or there. That's neither here or there. But over like I look other stuff is just, and I want people to understand is like you gotta take it for the grain of salt and just get happy that you got some entertaining news and gossip out of there, in which a lot of people are. But if you're really going to dig into this, I feel like you need to I need to see some of these paperworks. I'm not calling you a liar, but some of these joints is just like I need to see some paperwork just to see if your story shuts out. Now, with that being said, I think I could bottom line in conclusion. I like I said, look, I love Cat Williams, and I'm glad that this interview did well. I'm happy for Shannon Sharp, and like this has nothing. I have no beef with Cat Williams at all. It's more or less the people around because a lot of people just like, and I understand like that. Not liking Hollywood. I don't like Hollywood either. I don't like some of the way some of the stuff is structured. That they can get away with some shit that normal people can't. I do get it. But before we start, you know, fucking with people and fucking with their livelihood, get some evidence. Get some evidence. Like, I don't understand. Like, pick people. If you feel like you're being lied to, show the evidence. Show me the Carfax. If you got it, I want to see it. If you have it, I want to see it. And that's how I want to. That's how I'm bringing it. While you giving it up, you got something on me. I need to see it. What it look like? What what it look like? Now, because I'm usually the dude that's apologizing, so it's just like that one is not no. Like if you telling me this, some shit is abnormal, I'm gonna see what's up with it. And I feel like most people that responded, they have real, legitimate responses, even if some of them were true or not. They have a right to respond, like Ricky Smiley did, and I think Ricky Smiley handled it the best. He just because he didn't really want beef with him. Hell, even Kevin Hart. I know you tried to be petty and roast him afterwards, but even then he was like, "Yo, you got to get your hate up out there, champ," because he already told him about it. And like, even with the Kevin Hart shit, where he was like defending Tiffany Haddish and all that other stuff, and he was just like, "Oh, he was on drugs." I need to show proof. I need you to show proof of that, Kevin. You can't just be saying like, "Here's saying that he's off drugs." Excuse me, can't say that he's on drugs and Cat Williams has telling you he's never been on drugs, and anybody around Cat says Cat has never done a drug in his life. So it's just that, if you're saying that he's on drugs, then we need to find out what those drugs are. And that's where I'm going to bottom line my interview. Let me know if any of y'all feel the same way I do, right? There's some of these joints that, oh, I need to see paperwork, or I'm not going to believe from either side, and that's just all I want to say. Uh, let me find. Okay, I found my mouse cursor. Let me know what you guys think. Today, my name is Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.